Let's talk about a serious issue that can happen here on campus and anywhere in the world: sexual assault.
Sexual assault can be committed by a stranger or someone that you know. It can happen if you are sexually or romantically involved with another person, or if you have been in a relationship with them for a long time. If someone that you were dating or have been involved with for a long time sexually assaults you, that is a form of dating or domestic violence. If your partner is not respecting your personal or sexual boundaries or pushes you to do things that you are not comfortable doing, their behavior may be a warning sign that they could try to sexually assault you.
Sexual assault is any unwanted sexual act or touching by someone you know or a stranger. Sexual assault can happen to anyone. Students of any age, race, gender, religion, sexual orientation, ability status, or nationality can experience sexual assault.
Sexual assault is more common both in the US and the world than we would like. Unfortunately, many survivors feel shame about experiencing sexual assault, even though it is the person who harmed them who is at fault. Most of us know at least one survivor of sexual assault, whether we are aware of it or not. Because these issues affect so many people in our community, we think they are very important topics to be talking about. Now that you know what sexual assault is, let's take a look at how that can happen and what it can look like.
Any sexual act is sexual assault if it happens because of physical force, coercion, manipulation, threats, or intimidation. Physical force is any kind of unwanted touching that can sometimes hurt, but it doesn't have to. Coercion and manipulation means that you are made to do something by use of threats against you, or someone may try to intimidate you, scare you, or lie to you.
It is sexual assault if someone continues to do something that you don't want to do. You can let your partner know that you're not comfortable with something by telling them no if you feel comfortable doing so.
If you sexually assault someone, this is in violation of the University of Oregon's Student Code of Conduct and Oregon state law. Let's see what sexual assault may look like when coercion and manipulation are used.
So, I've really enjoyed spending all this time with you.
Yes, me too.
Oh. What? Don't you like me?
Yes, I do, but I just don't feel ready to,
I mean, it's not really such a big deal to fool around in America. I mean, you want to fit in, don't you? Just relax. You're gonna have fun.
Sexual assault can happen in many different ways, and this is just one example of what it can look like. In this situation, she was not comfortable and he didn't care. There was no consent. In other words, he did not have permission to kiss her or to remove her clothing. This is sexual assault.
It is very important to ask for consent and to communicate with your partner about whether or not you are comfortable with what's happening, because if an act is committed against you that is sexual in nature without your consent, that can be considered sexual assault. So remember to check in with your partner at every step of a sexual encounter to make sure that you always have consent and that your partner always feels comfortable saying no. It is also important to note that consent cannot legally be given while mentally incapacitated, so it is even more important to communicate with your partner while intoxicated to make sure you aren't crossing their boundaries.
As international students, you come from a lot of different countries and cultures with different types of relationships and expectations. Here in the United States, saying no when you feel uncomfortable is accepted and often expected. If you do not want to do something, you should communicate that directly to the other person. They should ask first, but sometimes they won't. That is why it is very important to know what you do and do not want to do. And you should not feel bad for saying no. At the University of Oregon, we care about our students' health and well-being. We want to create a campus community that is a safe, rewarding place to learn and experience new things. Take care of yourself, take care of the people around you, and know that you are not alone here. There are caring people who are trained professionals that work at the university who are able to provide support to you if needed. For more information, visit safe.uoregon.edu or call the 24-hour hotline at 541-346-7233 or 541-346-SAFE.